Leave the farm. Don't get emotional. Go make your money somewhere else. And in 2 or 3 decades, come back and buy some pieces of the family farm if you so desire. This is my advice to the frustrated next generation of agriculture that desperately wants to be involved in the family business, but sees a generation or two in front of them that is not managing the family farm as an actual business entity. Yes, this is a follow-up to a video I put out a week ago, which evoked a tremendous amount of emotion because sometimes the truthful words that I'm talking about, that's in many cases in agriculture in America, an older generation is hanging around saying, I'm going to farm till I can't. I don't know what else I would do. That is a lifestyle choice that is not a business choice. So for a business that talks endlessly as an industry about how we need to foster opportunities for the next generation, we're not always doing a great job of allowing those opportunities. I asked the question, do farmers stay in the game too long? And oh my God, did people come out of the woodwork to tell me I was bashing on them? It's none of my business. You're right. But speaking of business, if you have millions of dollars of assets, as many of you agricultural operators do, and you're just out there putzing along, farming for free, break even, propped up by a few government programs, realizing that, you know what, I just like driving my tractors. And people even commented and said that. I enjoy doing this. That's fine. Good. Do it. It's your lifestyle. Do it. But don't be surprised when the 40-year-old that's sitting behind you finally says, what the hell am I supposed to do? Dad's 73 and I haven't still made a business decision. I don't even do the planting around here. So my advice in how you can transition this, I've been around this industry my whole life, and I'm all over North America. My advice, because people ask me this, I get heartfelt, emotional emails sent to me. Damian, I don't know who else to turn to. I'm 43 years old. My wife and I came back here after we graduated from college. I've been doing this for 21 years. I don't make near as much money as my peers that work out there in the industry. We've raised our kids. We run mom and dad to their doctor's appointments. I still don't make any decisions. I don't have anything in control of the farm finances. I'm not even really in charge of anything. Well, shame on you. You're 43 years old. You probably should have started addressing this earlier, and that's the point of this video. How do you do this? You start having those hard conversations, and then you actually make business moves. Successful businesses don't go and hide on the tractor. Successful business owners don't go and hide on their tractor and pretend they're too busy farming to go and actually meet the attorney and set the business up. What is the transition plan? When do you start making decisions? When do you start handing off responsibilities? What about job descriptions? Are there two younger generation people? You're out here doing the hard work and cousin Cletus hangs out in his four-wheel drive and goes coon hunting every evening and he's getting the same amount of payment as you are and is going to get the same inheritance? Doesn't quite seem equitable now, does it? So job descriptions, actual payment, salary, if you will. What about an actual insurance plan? Run it like a business. Then let's talk about the decision making. Who's in charge of the crop inputs, the cropping decisions, meeting with the landlords, talking to the banker, who handles the money. At some point, the 75-year-old needs to let go of this, or it's merely a matter of control. They don't want this next generation to actually be in control of anything, and that's not right. So if you're in that situation and you keep going through these discussions, power of attorney. What about dad and mom are incapacitated? Who's the executor of the estate when things actually come to an end, when mom and dad die? What about the split? Yeah, you're not saying you need something for nothing, but if you're supposed to buy out 4 of your siblings, that means you've only got a 20% stake. That's a pretty heavy financial lift. Is that really going to be workable in another 5, 10, 25 years? Not likely. So these are decisions and discussions that businesses that care about longevity, and we do a lot of lip service in this business, saying we want the next generation to have their opportunities. Well, put your money where your mouth is. Go to the attorneys. You know that 77% of farming operations do not have an estate plan? That's tremendously irresponsible. Millions of dollars of assets, you don't even have a will. If you do have a will, it's likely completely outdated. If you've not met with your estate attorney in the last 3 years and done the updates, it's outdated. Probably woefully inadequate also. Yeah, we have a will. Everything gets split between the kids. Great. That means when you go to the funeral, when you go to your own funeral, your kids are going to fight and they'll never get along. Trust me, I speak from experience. These are business decisions. This is not me bashing on a generation, as I was accused of doing, talking bad about my generation. No, I'm talking about what businesses do. We want to talk about the longevity and the legacy and all that this, how much we care about this for the future of American agriculture and the family farm. We'll start treating it as a family business, not just a bunch of loosely held assets with a bunch of outdated and antiquated ideas and legal work that won't even hold up today because it hasn't been revisited for the last 20 years. I'm Damian Mason. I speak on stages all over North America and right here online about the world's most important industry, the business of agriculture. On my March 16th episode of the Business of Agriculture show, I'm going to have Shay Folk and Chris Barron from AgView Solutions on, and we're talking about this very thing, farm transition, how to successfully pull it off. If you liked what you heard here, share it with somebody who can benefit from it, and more importantly, check out that episode of the Business of Agriculture. Thank you for tuning in.